Once, in the Green Age, the land knew peace. Suddenly, a shadow of the past emerges. The ruins of the castles built in the name of the Archenlord split the earth, and with them giving rise to the Churning Age. An era of rapid expansion, blight on nature, uncertainty, and high adventure. Now, Gamerex as Mantrax.
I don't like salt water. It's rough, it's coarse, it's irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Korak as Zaffir.
You ever smithed a gem before?
And
It's
Alatos.
hard.
And Alatos as Andrialphus.
How many voices can you do in the stopped time, Jotaro?
Must find their footing in this uncertain new age and hopefully build their own legend along the way. All this and more on The Ruin Runners.
Da da
Da
da
da da da da da.
da 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 da.
Lanta, da.
Ah, Telemundo.
Telemundo?
Merci.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and all of you in between. This is The Ruin Runners, and we're back finally. It's been a good time waiting for that, but hopefully trying to get some,
Several major life events later for all four of us.
Oh
yes,
boy.
It's been a hot minute and a tumbly road
Yeah.
over the course of the past few weeks, but we're back. Primed and ready for another episode of The Ruin Runners. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, I am very excited to ask this question for the first time in a long time.
Oh.
Korak, what happened last time?
I have no clue.
Rex,
It
what
has
happened
been-
last time?
We got out of the dungeon after getting through a bunch of Indiana Jones ass traps.
Yeah, we didn't get steamrolled by the Legion.
We almost
The Legion of Doom!
we were almost eaten by sharks though.
Yes.
That's true.
Wait, I don't remember that part actually.
You-
Yeah,
you were-
Andrialphus
yeah.
almost got eaten by sharks.
Yes. You guys were in the temple. You were in the Temple of Doom. You crossed a giant bridge.
I think only one of us had any effort left by the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you, Lythander, not Lythander, excuse me. Zaffir.
Not yet. That's in
got,
the crossover episode.
Zaffir lost a dust in a game of Capcat.
Capcat, more like Cap
Crapcat.
shit.
Alright, well done. Excellent. But you managed to acquire a lot of dust and spend a lot of dust on plenty of new apparels for your travels. And you managed to get some experience along the way. As well as get set and ready for sail out of the city of Meriday.
We might need to double check how much experience we got because I don't know if I applied it to my sheet yet. I'm only at 9. Wait,
No,
actually, no,
that's
I think
same.
that is right.
That is
Yeah.
right. You got 9.
Okay,
so
okay.
You're at exactly 9 right now.
Okay,
if I
got it.
recall.
Also, we did manage to get out of the city, or rather, on the way out of the city, without the
Not yet.
without the Blue Rose none the wiser. Almost.
Not Blue Rose, the blue crown.
Yeah, we have a ticket out on doing some manual labor on a ship for a bit, as we
Yeah.
continue the search for more of
there's one
Pablo's
problem.
body parts.
Yes, Pablo, the good the good relict, so to speak. He is a golden skeleton head, a golden skull, if you will, that talks to you. He has a voice. I don't remember which it is, but we made it a bit last week that every day we every new session I would have to change Pablo's voice.
Just like the original plan for Benoit Blanc in Knives Out.
Oh man.
But there's one problem.
Mm-hmm.
As Rex was doing some final scouting at the end of last session, hopefully to get out of the city as painlessly as possible, he wound up failing a specific. He wound up with a slightly subpar roll, and you met face-to-face with an annoying hanger-on. This annoying hanger-on is an ambitious and pushy reporter, a chronicler, you will, interested in the foreign apparel exhibited by Mantrax. She was hoping to get him on either some favors or a nice little interview for her newsletter, so to speak.
And unfortunately, that ship leaves in like 5 minutes.
So this lady is real pushy, and she addresses you.
Look, it's not going to take that much time. I just need you.
I have a ship to board in 5 minutes.
Hi, Maxine.
Are you going to switch to that voice?
Well, no, my Mantrax voice is just me, but slightly higher pitched.
I thought it was I thought it was just you, but like slightly raspy.
Either
Honestly,
way.
it depends on the season and if I've been swimming lately.
All right, fair enough.
Look, there's a lot riding on this, and I can't miss this. Oh, so you gotta tell me, or I scream.
This is a little bit of different. What exactly is she? She's asking for information on the Blue Crown, right? Essentially, like
She's essentially trying to get your. She's essentially trying to get some words in with you, like what's like a quick interview with like a foreigner about the situation going on in Meriday, like the what you know about the industry, like the coming industrial revolution, as well as the protests going on, the recent occupation with the Blue Crown, as well as maybe like a column like that gives you that gets a little bit of a perspective.
Okay, look, I'll compromise. I could get the interview as long as we keep moving towards the ship as we do it.
That sounds perfect. I'm Ophelia. I'm Ophelia, by the way. And this is my little friend, and his name is Jorge.
And she points to her shoulder, and I have to find an image of this creature. So Rex, you know how in fantasy there's like little fey creatures that come in various sizes?
Yeah, she has Navi or something.
Close. So if you look in the guidebook, and then look for the word hub, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh she has one. I think I saw those in Last Jedi.
So, a hub is, well, what you see, her pointing at, is essentially a fat little bird-like creature. You don't know if the thing on its face is a beak, but it's got these all-seeing, fucked-up looking eyes, just always staring into the middle distance. But he also has a tiny hat. I think this one is her lighting expert, as per accounting for the tiny matchstick he is holding. His name is Jorge.
All right, my name is John Doe, spelled as such.
Choosing to remain
Mantrax
anonymous,
is of course.
sir.
Mantrax is of course giving a fake name.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing to remain anonymous. I respect that. So, I wanted to ask.
And this is as we are power walking towards the ship.
I wanted to ask you. So the recent occupation of Meriday has left a lot of citizens feeling rather uneasy that we might be seeing some sort of internal power struggle between the current between the ruling class from the east and the humble fishermen that typically populate the city. What do you have to say? What is your experience with the Blue Crown?
Pretty much negative, to be completely honest. They walked into a ruin, and a lot of their own guys, I heard, got mulched. And they really don't care much about that. They're feeding people into a meat grinder to try and scrounge whatever outside the giant head. Like,
wait, what?
For everything that they do to the people here, they're almost as terrible to their own guys.
You mean this? You mean they've been sending in troops all day into that Arkan ruin, and they haven't returned with anything good yet?
Well, I mean, some of them have gotten out, but I don't know if they've come out with anything with the big stuff. You know, like the real valuable ore or whatever is trapped in there. Oh, hang on one second, then. I teleport to a nearby roof to get out of the way of a crowd and continue talking. Sorry, keep going.
She teleports with you.
Oh, I see. Internally, we have a black and white shot of Mantrax. Fuck, there's no escape!
I see.
She actually uses one of her, what are they called? Bond powers to, teleport with you.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
dear God. Jisho cannot... I don't know if Jisho are capable of sweating, but there is some other very similar nervous tell that is the equivalent of such.
Do you think
Mandibles clacking.
Meriday could become a military outpost in the future? Do you think citizens should be ready for a revolution anytime soon?
The second one.
I see. Well, I wasn't going to pry, but where are you from exactly?
I don't know if we've named the city further inland that Mantrax is from. We've established that he's a freshwater Shisho, rather than a saltwater one near a big lake.
So something close to either a big lake or like a riverbed, something.
Yeah, probably a
bit more
equivalent
pastoral.
of like one of the Great Lakes.
So either that or something a bit more pastoral.
Yeah.
Probably something vaguely Canadian looking, or what?
Yes.
What's like a big lake? Whatever. You mentioned it was close to like a lake port, right?
Yes.
So typical smell of typical fisherman village, very familiar to Meriday itself.
On a bigger scale, yeah, like Meriday if it were transposed and put in a different location.
What does transposed mean? I'm sorry.
It's fancy for transported or copy pasted.
Right.
I see. Right, very similar to our situation. What do you expect? What do you expect would be some benefits from the current industrial revolution? What are you looking forward to?
Probably more people getting fed, so less people get to go hungry. That is, assuming that the Crown doesn't hijack everything and shove it off to their own food supplies. I've seen that shit before. Get used to growing stuff in secret, people.
And by the time you arrive at this spot, you arrive at the location where Andrialphus and Zaffir are, and the lady is still following you, taking notes. Jorge is also taking notes. Is taking his own little notes with her. He's drawing a little picture of you on top of her hat.
Really, I am wearing some makeup and other subtle disguises to not have my real face in the paper.
Right. Give me a stealth roll for the effectiveness of the disguise.
It is a good thing I have 2 dice in stealth.
Kind and full of grace.
Or sneak.
Do I add anything to that because I have like a disguise kit and stuff on my sheet?
Probably not. I think it's.
I do have quick disguise as part of my shady kit.
Yeah, you probably don't, but it's nice for the. I guess you. That is something. Because I feel like that does come into a.
Should I add a boon?
Since you only mentioned the quick disguise right now, probably not.
Okay, let's just.
It's a tool. It's a tool for you, for use now. So it's like something you can pull out and take as a part of an action. So you would probably only run the 2.
5.
Well, that's a 5. So.
5. All right. So yeah, it does. It doesn't look so much like you. You've got some. You did some quick thinking. Pretty difficult to disguise. It's pretty difficult to disguise yourself considering you're a Zixo. So nothing really looks like you. except other Zixo. So essentially, you just
I put on some fake antenna and
you put on some
contacts.
Yeah, you put you're blue, so you put on some red. You try to dye yourself slightly weird. You try some fake antenna. Basically, you try to go from.
I have a horrible comedy option if you'd be okay with that.
What? What is the horrible
Lobsters
comedy?
change color when they're boiled.
Oh.
So you go red. So you go into a red lobster.
Yes.
So you're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
You're telling me the shrimp fried themselves? Yes.
Shrimp fried themselves. Excellent. You look like a cooked shrimp.
Yes.
This is Shrimp's Odyssey, real life. But yes, you look like a shrimp. Weirdly. That being said, since this is a relatively low-risk situation, that's mostly what I'll hold off on a consequence and choose to reveal it later.
Okay.
Although, I guess you don't really need a roll for this. I guess you didn't really need a roll for this, considering it's a little bit less risky than usual. It was mostly just to get a fun little flavor thing, so you're free to go.
So I like as she's writing, I just quickly make eye contact with Andre and Zaffir and say, "It's me. Let's go.
Roger.
What's your...
Who are you?
Hi, Oh,
Name
man!
a dirty
More
look.
people to interview! More people to interview! Hello! My name is Ophelia. This is Jorge.
Hello, nice to meet you, Ophelia and Jorge. How are you in these trying times?
Oh, man!
Andre just glowers.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I haven't seen one. I haven't seen a trog in Merida in such a long time. It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Well, thank you.
You must...
We have a boat to catch.
Yes,
Finish us on the
Ophelia?
boat or by the docks.
Yes, Ophelia?
Oh, yes. Zaffir? Was your name you said?
I never said my name.
He did.
No, he didn't.
I did not.
Did you not?
He did.
It was
No.
a whisper.
He did not.
No, I just said, guys, it's me. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's also
Yes,
true.
how do you know my name, Ophelia?
How do I know?
I mean,
Jorge, did you tell me? Jorge, did you pick it up without asking?
Jorge glowers a little bit. He's a little ashamed of himself.
Oh my
Power
goodness.
to mind hack.
Hobbs are mysterious creatures with very fucked up and scary powers.
Hobbs have the capacity to smooth over retcons.
If
They're
you
just-
do you have the manual open?
Yes, I do.
Okay, are you on the section where there's Hobbs?
Yes.
Scroll down slightly. So Hobbs don't just look like this. This is just like one of the things they can look like. Further down, there are some examples of some more fucked up Hobbs.
Oh my goodness.
Wait,
Yeah, they can get.
Oh.
They go varied. Hobbs are varied.
wait, where are you posting that?
I'm not
anywhere.
posting.
Oh.
I'm just telling him to look at the book.
Oh.
You were not
These-
kidding. This is some,
They are Ghibli ass creatures.
They are
the
Ghibli
the
creatures.
spooky side of Ghibli at that.
Yeah.
Yes.
These would not look out of place in Spirited Away at all.
No, they would not look out of place at all.
Mm-hmm.
I do insist. Okay, if we're having this talk, keep moving. We cannot be late.
Yes. Oh, let me get this.
Is she leaving me alone for now? Now that I've exposed others to her line of
she's-
fire?
No, she's also on the ship.
Oh, wait.
great.
Oh, shit, wait. You need a ticket to get on here. Where the...
I have a ticket. My parents happen to be very rich.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's when she mentions that Andre that's not Mike. I get other people's characters mixed up. How do I mix up my own? Mantrax shifts from looking merely annoyed and frazzled to looking a little bit like actively Contempt is a bit strong for it, but you can definitely tell he's looking down on her a little.
He's a little incensed.
Oh, you're a trust fund kitty. That's not said out loud, but the internal monologue says
Remember when I said that I had settled the GM NPC?
Oh,
I figured when you mentioned Bonds, I was hoping it wasn't her.
Oh boy.
Yep, she's gonna be the annoying hanger-on Ophelia will be following you in your adventure.
Okay.
I can't believe we have to deal with Magic Lois Lane.
Oh my goodness.
So, Mr. Zaffir.
Although
Who
Zaffir
are you?
is as buff as Clark Kent is in that new show.
It's true. Is Zaffir as much of a himbo, though?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh, well, that answers that.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Andre Alphys, who are you and where did you come from?
Well, I am a raven beast folk that hails from the Great Steppe, much like my tribe. Although my particular tribe have been on a lesser, shall we say, part of the Great Steppe than we used to.
So, some kind of tribal dispute, perhaps?
You could certainly say that, yes.
I see. And judging by your judging by the nature of your attire, almost in a funerary fashion, I would say, you're bent on some kind of rectifying quest, aren't you?
Much like my family and my tribe before me, I was trained as a practitioner of combat. Andre Alphys then begins to twirl his guns around like Revolver Ocelot.
Yeah, as this is happening, Mantrax leans over to Zaffir. Tell her as little as you could get away with.
Absolutely.
So, Mr. Zaffir, I noticed you're very strong.
Why, thank you.
What did you do to get that buff, huh?
I wrestled and I'm a smith.
Ooh, fascinating. A smithler of sorts.
Yes! Finally!
That's a thing? I thought he was making that up.
You think that I was lying about my hundreds of years of heritage.
My great-grandfather was a smithler.
Why? What was their name?
His name was Alejandro.
Alejandro, I remember Alejandro.
Alejandro Steelbane.
Oh, he was one of my greatest rivals.
He once forged an entire armor with nothing but his legs.
Oh!
Yes.
That's a hilarious mental image.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, we share many fond stories about our great-grandfather. It's nice to meet someone who honors the legacy.
It is a pleasure and an honor. Smithling is a task that is a lot harder than people might think.
Truly. That's very true, sir.
She sheds a small tear.
Zaffir is crying tears of joy.
But, hold on.
So,
Smithling is typically
yes?
is typically a stationary job, and since it's
You see,
firelight.
my daughter is getting married.
Oh,
So
congratulations,
I'm doing the age-old
sir.
thing of getting the gem, getting the gem for the groom.
I see. Typically, the duty of the groom. So, if the groom's not doing it, it means he's undisposed. Juicy, Ophelia. Again, I'm very sorry for prying so much. It's just, let me just say, I've never really liked working too much for the Daily Cardamon. It's a bit draining. Takes too many breaks, and just the benefits are not good. So I'd been So I'd been looking into chronicling, and I kind of wanted to start writing books. Non-fiction so far. Though I've not exactly been that many places, and to be frank, I needed some time. I needed some inspiration. So I decided to travel the world, see all kinds of different people. And so I got an excuse from my
I thought you were interviewing us.
Well, I am, but
Well,
I'm also.
ma'am, that's.
If
Man.
I've made you divulge information on yourselves. It's only fair you knew a little bit about me too, since we'll be traveling together after all.
What do you mean by that, Ophelia?
Well, this is the best material I've had in weeks. I can't just exactly leave you alone, can I? Can't exactly pass that up, huh?
Oh boy.
So,
Ophelia, is it?
that's right. That's my name. Don't wear it out.
I don't intend to. Anyways, it should be quite noted that adventurers like ourselves come into all sorts of dangers and horrors that the world has to offer. So, if it were my own personal recommendation, I would advise
You saying I can't handle
not
myself?
getting too close.
You saying I can't handle myself? Big man? Big tough
Well,
man? Big strong
again,
man?
as an
You're a real fucking piece of work, dude. Hey, don't you worry your pretty little beak about me, sir. I don't want to brag, but I've done my fair share of magical training. Don't want to brag, but my aptitude scores at the Chronoper Academy are pretty high.
just
Further glowering from
Oh, you go ahead, Rex.
Mantrax says, Oh, you went to university. How good for you.
Yes, that is very good for her.
Some of us actually work.
Tests and all that may be
Note,
well
character
and
does
good.
not share the opinions of their player.
Yeah. Well, tests may be all well and good. There is no better substitute for a teacher than experience.
Exactly.
Let
what
me
I'm
say
thinking.
this. Let me say this plainly so I'm not misunderstood. Don't expect us to bail your ass out if you get in trouble.
Buddy, if things go according to plan, you won't have to.
I mean, I think this boat's headed to at least, on a vacation with some kind of monster sightseeing tour?
Oh, right, Green Hell Island.
Yeah, there. I've been in my fair share of scraps with monsters, and that is not an interview process. They are trying to kill you.
Don't worry. That just so happens to be between hot territory, so I know Jorge will be able to take me around. At least guide me part of the way through.
Jorge looks astute, but silently shakes his head back and forth.
Oh boy.
You are full on dealing with Disney Princess Reporter right about now. This is
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
If she gets an I Want song, I'm leaving.
that I Want song is mine, not hers.
Should have been
Yes. It's
I'm the one who watched How Green Is My Valley. I deserve it.
I have a gorgeous cocktail dress right here in my in my suitcase, damn it. I should have that number, not her.
Me!
So yeah.
Alright, hold on. Let me stuff tissue paper down my shirt first, though. It's not
Zaffir,
boob season yet.
In any case, after that fucking snowball of emotions,
Yeah.
You finally make it to your your employer, so to speak, your beneficiary, let's call him. Good afternoon, gents. My name is Captain Vec. You will be under my care during this expedition.
Howdy there, Captain Vec.
Hello.
Zaffir
Hello, Miss.
offers
Hello,
a
Miss
handshake
Ophelia.
or a salute.
All right. He salute. He goes, howdy, soldier. Thank you. Regardless, you three will be spending plenty of time on this ship. So I can take you on a small tour if it'll help you get used to this. It's a pretty big boat, so you'll want to at least be familiar with the way between your living quarters and your workplace.
You alright?
Right, he starts taking you across these winding halls of this giant galleon you've entered. Down staircases between the quarters of the people who would be staying here for the tour, so to speak. Ophelia sheepishly follows you, despite the fact that she's not actually here to work.
Yeah, she's a trust fund kid. She bought a ticket.
Hey now,
Ooh.
what's wrong with wanting to travel?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, getting killed for starters. This is a monster tour, not some Parse fair
Do you
wine
underestimate
sampling.
the powers
Right?
of reporters?
Isn't that awesome?
A lot of reporters back in my village, they did a lot of nasty things.
I've covered wars, you know.
You say that, Mantrax, but they've covered more than wars.
Reporters are always in the thick of the action. It's important to take part. Know where to land your first scoop. Be fearless and determined. Nothing's gonna stop me from getting a
Well
good
then,
story.
young one, you should go to my island.
You have an island?
Where do you think I come from?
No, I mean you.
No.
own an
I was
island?
just a well-respected smithler there.
Ah, right. I see. Well, that would be a great honor, sir. I should love to meet this.
Aw,
this
trust me,
bride-to-be.
she's a real firecracker. She's only 200 years old.
Right. Full of vinegar. Very good. All right.
And over here, you have the mess hall, where the meals are prepared. Typically, you may find yourself working here as a waiter, or as part of the crew, if you know anything about cooking.
Let me look at my cooking thing. I don't think I have anything in cooking. No, I don't.
Cooking is a special thing for skills.
Yeah.
You can actually purchase cooking skill in the with your experience.
That's amazing.
Yeah, once you
actually.
grab the cooking pot.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And over here, and he continues taking along. This is the residential hall, the game hall.
Do we have games
Swear
on
to-
this box that is labeled X?
No,
No,
they
that's
don't.
the liquor.
They're not subscribed to X Pass.
No, that's where we keep our liquor. On a related note, stay away from the liquor.
Wait, who's gonna stop me if I go
Damn.
for the liquor?
I will when I throw you off this
What
boat.
if I pay you for the liquor?
Then you may have some.
Understandable.
Over here, we have the prow of the ship, our most proud visage, the envy of all to see. This is where you'll be swabbing the deck and competing against some of the top swabbers in the region.
Competitive deck swabbing.
Who's gonna
Right, there's
poop
some-
the most deck?
there's some
That is
Olymp-
the real question here.
I mean, after all, the sports festival is starting in a couple months, after
Oh,
all.
on this ship, or
So, the top swabbers are No, in the Isle of Kama.
That's a great place.
Just a few notches north from Meriday, I believe. East of Meriday, I believe. Great place to start. This place is a great place to start as any. We even got some Olympic level deck swabbers over here for their monthly practice. What's up, Jay? And then he signals to another Zixo, who's holding 2 mops.
Fun fact about Jisho, we communicate via... they have a secret pheromone communication language that is, like, far more, like, informative and detail-dense than normal spoken word. What kinds of pheromones is this lad giving off?
Horny.
Pheromone...
Don't know.
It's not spawning
For
season
which
yet.
bug, though? Or for which Zisho, though? Many Zishos have different spawning seasons.
He's given off some pheromones like he just fucking swabbed the shit out of this deck. Also, he's looking at. When he looks at you, there's a slight. It's the equivalent of a wink. He winks at you with his pheromones.
I have a question related to that. In regards to Fruitful, it says I have a contact or family member in every populated location. Does this ship count as a populated location?
Oh, for sure it does.
Wow.
Can he be my contact?
Would he be your contact now?
I mean, he could,
Like-
but we could also bank that for later.
You can't. He could be your contact if you decided to take part in it. Yes.
You know what? Yeah, sure, I could give it a shot.
Jeek could be your contact.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the reliable tag for him. So he might be in trouble with the law and he might need a favor, but he's pretty reliable.
Yeah. Well, he's not in trouble with the law. He's an Olympian. He's a
He
sportsman.
might be doing
Yes.
steroids, though.
True.
Or he might be doing the
Get on
Olympic
it.
level fucking that happens in the background of that event.
Yeah.
A conversation for another topic, of course. This is the engine room. This is a place you'll probably go when something has gone terribly wrong. This is a state-of-the-art Arkan engine. Designed by some of the smartest people in this continent. Not even I know how it works.
Put the doodad in there. Thank you.
Exactly right, sir. I've got the top engineers working out. So if you ever get called over here, it's typically a good bet to do whatever they say.
Understandable,
Things will
sir.
work out just fine. And over here are your living quarters. It's essentially like a collection of beds underneath the stairs.
Is Zaffir bigger than these beds?
Oh dear.
Because remember, I'm a Trog. I am big.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit. Little bit. You can take the one farthest away from the staircase so you get a little less cramped. So you can just sort of sprawl yourself out of the bed, but you still be coming out of the bed.
Do you mind if I take this bed, my compatriots? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I
Thank
am
you.
pretty
Bless
tiny
your
compared
heart.
to you two, so I'll take one of the normal ones.
Or mandibles.
Mantrax probably is the physically smallest person.
Thank
on
you
the
and your
trio.
mandibles.
Jeez, the Blue Crown. Jeez, the Blue Crown has been spending a whole lot more on technological advancement and improving the living situation of the common man.
This is a blue out of character. This is a Blue Crown ship.
No, this is remember how I said that the Blue Crown was funding the Industrial Revolution?
Ah, yes, world building.
Yes. As an apparent trade of their occupation, of their how do you say, of them being able to occupy the city without much fuss, they've been funneling Arkan tech and dust into Meriday.
Oh.
And this ship is essentially living proof.
Whatever it is, you guys.
And then she almost lets something slip.
What was that, little lady?
And then
Oh, come now. You can trust
nothing?
the Smithly.
she points at the captain. He goes, "Not with him around."
Understandable, little lady.
Ah.
Well, you know where we sleep if you ever want to chat.
I'll catch you guys later. I gotta interview some of these passengers.
Man, imagine being able to actually afford a ticket to this amazing place.
I mean, hey,
What do you mean?
they're only 5 dust.
Are you saying that my compatriots here are forcing me to work like a dog?
Pretty much.
It builds character,
then she leaves.
Zaffir.
Pretty much.
And then she leaves.
Joe, you couldn't find literally any other route.
And then she leaves. And you are alone again.
Oh boy.
Right. So, sleep tight. In a couple of hours, we'll probably need you, so you'll need all the rest you can get. Weird kid you got there.
I have no idea who she
You
really
could certainly
is. She
say
called herself
so,
Ophelia.
yes.
Yeah, I know. I used to be as a friend. I'm a friend of her old
Can
man.
you tell us a
but,
little bit about her, then, since she's
been a little-
well, wanting to get a scoop.
Well, as far as I can tell from what old Clavin tells me, she's a real passionate sort. Goes through a lot of that trouble just to get a bit better at looking into the issues of the world. Real conscientious kid. Has a good nose for danger too. Problem is, she's a little too stubborn for her own good. And she's also rather bullheaded,
fair.
much like her old man.
So we've noticed.
See, it seems like that's a family trait that goes on for generations.
I think she was. If I were to hazard a guess, I think she would be a little. And she must have gotten sick of seeing seeing the stalemate the city's in, and decided to get answers for herself. Trying to use some of that privilege to see if she could maybe get some answers on her own without getting bothered too much by the Blue Crown. I only worried she's going to get herself killed.
So, about this deck swabbing. Standard
You're interested in the deck swapping, aren't you, man?
What are the specifications for the equipment, so to speak?
Well, you use mops and buckets. You've used a mop and a bucket before, right?
I have, yeah, but what if I were to build a better mop? And I would like to add that to a new ambition, since I'm no longer working on the eye interior with Pablo being revealed as a plot thing.
Oh,
Well,
that's
he
funny.
hasn't been revealed as a plot thing to everyone else yet. As far as you know, only you guys have knowledge of Pablo.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But yes.
I made that ambition initially assuming that there wasn't anyone inside it. I was just trying to find any information on its construction, and I didn't
you
realize
can-
it was a...
It was a doodad for Pablo, yeah.
Yeah, could I drop that ambition and build a better mop either there or in one of the other slots?
You don't have to drop the ambition. You can keep it, and then work on it whenever you need to, and then you can make a second. You can make like let's say if you want to build it to be like a 6 version.
You know
4
what?
version,
Yeah.
you can
Preparing
drop it.
for, what's the name of that cleaning simulator that came out? This is what I'm imagining this arc to be.
Power washing
Power
simulator.
Wash Simulator.
Yeah, Power Wash
I
Simulator
so-
training arc.
I so
Right.
desperately want to get that game. I love power washing videos.
All right.
Why not? It's
So you can make Power Wash Simulator Training Arc is pretty good. Is a pretty good name for it. You can do that. So I imagine you'll be using Tinker for this.
Yes.
If you like, you could also you could probably also use either Sneak or Study,
It depends on which step, I guess, and what
Yes,
circumstances during intervals.
I suppose so. It's a good venture to start. First of all,
Yeah.
you're really trying to get the design down.
Yes.
If you want, I could get you a mop to get a better idea of what a mop looks like.
Okay.
All right. And then he just sort of reaches behind the stair and just grabs a mop, plops it in front of you.
What if it were motorized? Mantrax
I wonder.
says to herself.
The wonders of modern engineering.
What if the handle and the brushes moved independently of each other to reach smaller spaces?
Like a brush that was...
Like a
How?
brush that cleans instead of spreads paint.
Isn't that just what a broom is?
Yeah, but a fancy broom. Broom 2!
We could call.
a fruit.
Isn't that just what we call a mop?
A mop and a broom. A vroom.
like a
It's
power mop? Like a power mop.
Like
Yes.
a gun mop.
A goop.
I don't know if a gun mop would be very practical. It would be like a single shot,
you could
right?
fire the mop.
Indeed it would be, but for certain, stealthy approaches.
Why would you need to be stealthy when cleaning?
All right. I'll leave you to it.
Oh, don't worry about that. Maybe one day I'll tell you some of my grandfather's old espionage stories.
What, was he also a power washer?
Something like that, yes.
Oh, so he was a.
He was a cleaner.
clean-
Got it.
He was a cleaner.
Zaffir just looks
Andrea
very
Alphys.
distraught at learning that his teammates' family members are just strictly murderers.
Andrialphus excommunicado.
No, you never
Oh,
said
my
anything about
goodness.
my family. They're just fishermen.
Which are also murderers.
Not only the fish!
Yeah, I was about to say murderers of the fish, but that's, that's a lot.
What does Zaffir save in the first session?
A boar?
Oh yeah, right. You had to put all of your pets with you to carry all of your pets with you.
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember all of their names?
I think one of them was Ophelia. Give me a second.
No, I think it was Sophia.
No, the whale dog, the wog.
Oh my goodness, that's right.
Was it actually
Oh.
Ophelia? I don't think so.
I don't think it was Ophelia.
It's in my character.
Yeah, you have-
Where's my?
You have
character's
a
notes?
whale. You have a whale dog. You have a boar, and you have an egg.
The egg is not named yet. He's just Egbert for now.
Yeah, it's an egg. It's a giant. It's a big fucking egg.
I'm pretty sure I have. Where is it? Journal. Where is it?
I
at?
think
I have it.
I think
have
the
it written
last.
down
I think
somewhere.
the last thing you learned about the egg was that it came from far away.
Yeah, I don't have any information on what I named my dog.
It's like
it
a-
might be on the old character.
It's
or
like,
the old camper keeper.
It's like a weird old scribbled You know what? Fuck it. Make up a new name for your pets.
Do it
No!
now.
I don't
Aw.
remember. I don't remember what the name is.
We'll read through it later.
I will find out and
Yeah.
We'll think about it later. For now, it's dog and boar.
yeah.
Dog and boar are pets, and therefore you'll have to feed them in secret because they do not allow pets in the fucking ship.
Even as a paying guest.
We're
I mean-
employees.
You are employees.
I will pay 5 dust.
You might need
What
to,
the fuck?
You might need to. You might need to. You might need to hide these pets.
I don't know if you
I
have
will
five
pay
dust.
the dust.
We don't have the dust.
I
it's
have
all in the.
the
It's all in
dust.
the safe, and you
Oh
can't.
yeah, that's.
You can't access your safe until the interlude.
Oh.
Oh goodness.
Oh, speaking of which, last last session was the interlude, so go ahead and get your effort back and your strain to 0.
Oh, thank God.
as
Oh,
well as
thank you.
your HP back to.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good. Because I was missing a little bit of HP.
Yeah.
Indeed. There we go. Much
Oh,
better.
this reminds us. We need to set the expedition. So after a little bit of noticing that there's no one around, Pablo comes out of your bag. Oh my God! I thought I was gonna die in there.
Aren't you already dead?
Well, yes, but I'm claustrophobic.
That's fair.
So where are we now?
We're on a ship towards Green Hell Island.
Yes. I definitely feel my eye wriggling toward that place. We're definitely gonna find a body part there. I'm sure of it.
Any clue which part?
Nope.
Do you think
I
it's
just
going
know
to be
that-
something that's useful for you? Or
No
is it gonna
idea.
be like a finger?
No idea, big man.
What happens if we find a lung?
That's not how skeletons work.
Yeah.
Are you sure
What if we
about
find,
that?
like, a foot? Are we gonna have to staple your skull to your feet?
Maybe. It'd be nice to be able to at least, hop around.
Let me go find that picture of live action Buggy with the feet.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Wait, did you
Indeed.
say you're going to Green Hell Island?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Ruin Beast territory. Ugly place to go. Gotta be at least a couple Archon ruins in there. Whole place is like a maze. It's
Ooh,
like,
that's good. It means a place they haven't gotten to yet. And all 4 of Mantrax's eyes light up. And oh God, I found the GIF.
strange.
This is what.
Oh, my goodness.
This is what he's gonna look like for a bit.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
It's strange. It's like, there's a legend about Green Hill. It didn't used to always be covered in green. It's like from the mouths of the earth emerged the cursed forest, and with it the beasts of yore, trapped in the past, almost as if the ruins themselves are yawning alive. Pretty scary place, if I do say so myself. But that's where we gotta go, so that's where we're going.
Any clue what kind of monsters are there?
Well, there's big freaky toads, birds, some kinds of screaming monkeys.
Okay,
wolves.
toads, birds. Andre, that sounds like something you're pretty good equipped to handle.
Scary
Yes.
wolves.
Hunting bestial monsters like these is a common occurrence,
As long as
especially near the Great Steppe.
We also
My
might
God.
find
Oh, you first.
we
sorry.
also might find hobs in there, but I certainly hope we don't.
Hobbs.
Hobs.
Oh. Right. There was a lady here earlier who's bugging the crap out of us. She's some stuck-up rich kid with a hob buddy that I think read Zaffir's mind. It was really creepy.
Oh no,
Don't worry, my mind
hobs that.
is a hollow place. They would not get anything
That's-
from it.
That's real reassuring, big guy. But I'm less worried about what's in there than what's out here.
What is a hob?
What if I wrap you in tinfoil? Will that protect you?
No, that'll just make me more scared. I'm claustrophobic.
What if we
Remember?
I meant from the mind-reading
just,
fairy.
just let you out?
No.
What if we just
Oh, that's
overloaded the hob with thoughts?
Oh well, as long as you. Don't. Well, first don't bother. I tried one time. They just get more. They multiply and store out more thoughts elsewhere. When they get to a certain amount of thoughts, they become 2 hobs. And so it goes. That's how they multiply. And secondly, well, as long as you don't mind everybody seeing you with a talking golden skull, pretty good idea.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
Like, there are
definitely
wanted posters up for you, aren't there?
Well, not really. They don't really know what to look. They don't really know what to look for.
I mean, exactly. They probably have your human face, but not your skeletal face.
Yeah. I suppose anybody would be on edge after seeing a big golden skull talk to them, though. Probably best to keep me hidden.
Yeah.
Indeed, it would attract unwanted attention.
Yeah.
I put him back into the JRPG extra party member pocket space where the pets are hiding.
Hey, could you put like a light in here? I get scared.
My orca dog can do that for you. She shoots out some.
Barf.
Glowing ink.
Agito, shining! Oh no,
can't
does that
see.
make me gills?
Sorry, but you're gonna suck.
Maybe.
Just like
Sweet.
gills.
Oh no!
Alright, so after you can pursue. So we're setting out the expedition. Your objective is to get through Green Hell Island. Go peruse the ruins that you find there, and come out with more information on Pablo, as well as possibly a new body part, and get the fuck out as soon as possible.
Alive, preferably.
Alive, preferably.
This is the part where we add, like, side objectives and stuff, right?
Yes.
I have a side objective ready for you. Keep these dipshit tourists from dying.
Good side objective.
Optional objective obtained. X out of X, surviving tourists.
This is a terror mission in XCOM. We have to watch out for chrysalids.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're landing in Newfoundland!
How many camps do you think there will be?
Bare minimum 1.
Bare minimum 1. Okay. Setting up bare minimum of 1.
Once for
and
every 3 combat encounters or so.
Very well. Very well.
And this seems like we're gonna have at least 1. This seems like we had our intro arc done. Now is a bit more of a meaty adventure.
Mm-hmm. So, before I forget, let me go through the questions again just to make sure we're good.
Yeah.
Define a goal. What are you hoping to accomplish? We established that. What are you setting out in search of? We established that.
Mm-hmm.
Will the heroes do X? Oh, yeah. Will you be able to do that? Probably yes. You'll probably encounter a lot of weird, dangerous monsters and possibly hobs, but you know it is the trade, so you'll probably prepare for it.
Mm-hmm.
Will you find out about the? Do you think you'll be able to find anything about that mysterious cat lady who gave you the Pablo's eye, Mantrax?
I honestly don't know. It feels like maybe we have a 25% chance max of finding more information about Plot Woman.
Right.
Because it doesn't seem like she would be here.
We can choose some custom rules for expedition. We actually choose some custom rules for expeditions. Actually check page 20, page XX. Let's see. Finding in this section, this is strictly optional. Since you wanted to do that, I wanted to see if there's something in here that would give me something like a custom rule.
I do think custom rule of stopping the tourists from getting mauled in half.
Yes.
Seems like a
So it would
good
be
side
some
objective.
kind of defensive.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to see if there's like an equivalent here. But yes. Okay, define the number of camps. So the minimum 1. I guess the minimum is 0, but if you want 1, it's probably good. It's probably healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably a medium length expedition, so 1 is pretty good. You'll be setting your job. You've got your job and your abilities. Oh yeah, you can set abilities. So you
I
can
don't know if we
repurchase.
need...
So you can repurchase any abilities you might like. I think
that more comes in. I think that more comes into use once we have more tools in our kit.
Maybe so. And then narrative. Okay, of course, reset your character, clear all efforts, drain wounds, and choose a narrative kit. Oh yeah, you can choose a new kit now.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay,
what?
let's take a quick look at that. So we can swap out our kits?
Yes, you can swap out a narrative kit.
Ooh, actually, that would be
So
good.
if I swap
Actually,
out,
hold
can I
on.
swap
I'm
out
gonna
my
swap
dog and
out
have her be
my
swimming in the water since she's a whale dog.
Okay. You can throw her in the sea.
She has gills.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She can just go in the sea, and then you can come back. She can come back once you decide you need her.
I'm gonna swap out my survivor's kit to a wanderer's kit.
Sweet.
I guess I'm gonna swap out my shady kit for a boss's kit.
Sweet. Ledger, gambling kit, crowbar, flask of something strong. Key to a warehouse, scuffed pair of architect radios. Awesome.
I'm going to go with the extreme kit because
keep it
Crowbar,
in-
flask.
who knows if this ship is not going to sink or not.
So,
Right.
at some point during the interlude, I, between shifts probably, what was the name of, the other G-show on this, on the sports arc?
You heard Jeek.
Jeek.
J-I-I-K.
Alright, I stopped by, Jeek, and I think through the Fruitful, I do know him from somewhere.
So you guys are choosing your occupations for this venture. I've already laid out some options. You can either work in the kitchen, you can work with the engineers, you can swab the deck, and you can handle packing and crates and moving crates.
On one
Let's
hand,
see.
we have the engineer room is probably the best fitting for me and my skill set. On the other hand,
yeah.
preparing for the competitive cleaning competition.
What does your heart say, young one?
My heart says, get ready for Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah.
All right, so Mantrax is going to swab the deck.
All right.
And Andre, what you got?
What were the options again?
So far, you get packing duty, so you get to work with crates and the supplies of the ship, all the things that in the loading dock. You can work in the kitchen, or you can either as a waiter at the game floor, or directly in the kitchen with the cooks,
Okay.
or you could work in the engine room.
I'm going to be a waiter.
Ooh, waiter Andre. All right.
Wait, what were the
And
options?
Zaffir,
again?
what do
They
you-
were cook, engine room.
Cook, engine room, and loading dock.
I think
Yeah.
loading dock
I
is
think
probably the best for Zaffir.
That's what I was thinking too, honestly.
Big strong guy, but I can cook though. Let me cook, Captain. Let me cook.
I'm a cook. I'm a cook.
Let me cook something up with my
Gotta
deck
see
right
where-
here. I'm gonna summon Dark Magician
we have
Girl
to
in
cook.
defense mode. You see, you might be wondering, how can I summon a Dark Magician Girl in defense mode? Or why would I even say it out loud since she would be set and not summoned?
That's a great
Sir,
question.
this
for
is
the next
Magic the
episode.
Gathering.
That's a great question for the next episode.
Oh, we're ending off? Cool.
All right.
Oh.
No. All right. So define possible rewards. All expeditions normally reward 6 experience and 3 dust if they're successful. So we're probably looking at 6 experience and 3 dust.
I'm also using this as a way to get my dog or get my animals hidden.
Remembering, of course, that you are only going to be rewarded the experience at the end of the expedition.
I'd like to note a potential reward. A higher haul of Architect's scrap and parts. We had very little time to explore the first, we had little time to explore the Zardoz ruin via chasing an army. This seems like we have a little bit more time to scavenge, so to speak, because I want to rebuild the bike and other neat inventions I had planned out.
We'll
That
actually be able to look around.
That might be able to be arranged, depending on where you end up, of course. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Some resources is a good idea. And, alright, I feel like this is pretty good. Set out, boys. Get to work.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
All right.
So Zaffir goes to the loading dock, Andre becomes a waiter, and Mantrax enters his swabber arc.
The power washing arc begins.
That's- I'm not sure if I actually had a pre-existing contact with Jake, or Jeeks, however you want to pronounce it, but perhaps we hit it off pretty well, and as fellow Jicho, we're able to do a lot of communication most people can't pick up on because of the pheromone morphogenetic fields. So we definitely established a good rapport.
So you arrive at the... so let's start with Mantrax, the ever-passionate deck swabber. Let me go ahead and switch us to the ship proper.
Ooh.
If I recall correctly, let me go ahead and...
Why is it on fire? We only just got on.
Give it time.
You didn't think my explosive personality wouldn't shine through?
Don't worry, that's the morning sun. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The horizon.
Yeah. So this one is, hold on, let me go ahead and grab the, this one's by Epic Steps on DeviantArt. Though it might be, AI generated, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I can't tell. Regardless, we're working on this. At the end, when you find Jeek, you see the depth of what you're working with. He's already started his deck swabbing. How they do it is they set out a line on the floor, and they sort of separated by these like little perimeters, and all along the line there are they couldn't find cones, so they essentially improvised wherever they had, like little cans of beans in this case,
You
little
got some
empty cans of
beans?
beans. And you see a crewmate with an Architech stopwatch, looking at the Jeek, very focused, like fully stanced up, ready to start swabbing. And as he goes in, he starts going, like he's cleaning this line, perfectly swabbing between the cans, not allowing it to, not like letting the mop hit the cans so that they fall over. And it's revealed that the line is actually chalk. They drew a line of chalk on the ground so to just sort of have something to clean. And then moving forward, and like he just like super quickly starts running forward doing this. Like almost like the equivalent of like Travis Touchdown, like swinging his beam katana. Like
I'm
wild.
imagining like an even more
The
sped
walk.
up version of Shuffleboard. Like they clear out the map in between.
Oh yeah.
Sort of, yeah, yeah, and it's seemingly a flash. He's done, and the guy clicks the thing. All right, 18 seconds, new record.
Whoa.
I told you I had it. I'm in peak form this week. Don't know what it is. Kind of in a good mood. Must be the weather. You got it. I'm telling you, Jeek, man, you got the championship for sure. I don't want to count the Highlands out just yet. Those guys were fierce last year. I trust they'll be able to give me a challenge. There comes the new blood now. And he gestures at you. Good evening.
Can I?
What? Yeah. Name's
all
Jeek.
right, let's.
Name's Jeek Sahak.
Mantrax.
Pretty big deal. All right. Hi. Pretty good name. Is that freshwater by any chance?
Yep, it means riverbed.
Ah. Very good. Good to see a fellow. Good to see someone enthused by, good to see someone else enthused by the art of swabbing decks. And he gestures at your, the fact that you already have your mop with you.
Could I roll a tinker check to see if I've made any Could I... Actually, you know what? Let's roll contingency.
Oh?
To see how successful I was in terms of setting up for a successful deck swab-off.
Alright, you,
That,
yeah, go ahead.
That's a success.
That is a pretty good success.
That's just for the contingency as a note. So that means I have something that is going to help for the contest.
Yes. But that's all. The contest is, of course, a ways away, but that's going to be pretty good. So, I guess, what are you trying to do exactly here?
I am going to pimp the fuck out of this mop.
Right. So, he's clearly interested in what you did. You've got, this mop is all kitted out. Like, it's got
$20.
It's got a cool handle. It's got like, instead of the typical like noodly sort of like hair, like fiber hair thing that mops typically have, yours is all like organized in these very equipped tendrils that you sort of that you've hand sewn on your own. You've got a prototype. You've got a little box close to the top, which is supposed to be the engine. It's not running yet, but it is very much like occupying space on it. And Jeek clearly seems to have taken notice of your dedication to the craft, so to speak.
Do I need to roll for any kind of check to do a successful deck swab, or...
No, he's talking to you, dude. I talked to him.
Okay, sorry, I misunderstood a little.
Awkward teenager Mantrax.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was just making sure that the... Yeah, okay, this is still attached, that's good. Adhesive was a little bit unsure if it would stick. So I decided to soup this up and see if we could get the jobs done quicker. You just did a pretty impressive time, but that's just for you. What if everyone could clean that quick?
No. They probably wouldn't allow that in the Olympics.
Yeah, probably not, but this isn't for that. It's just for, like, ease of life.
Guess so. Housewives need something to do.
Not just for the housewives. This is for everyone.
True enough.
I think Mantrax just invented the fucking Swiffer.
Housemen.
Boys can be housewives.
Yes, that's true. It takes a real man to be a baby girl.
It's okay,
Yeah.
baby girl.
I agree with that. I'm glad we're on the same page.
So, are you
Right.
working here a long time, man?
Working? Ha! Nah, I do this for sport. These guys are the worker. These guys are the workers. And then he points to, like, a couple of guys, some Thrin, a beast folk, like, bulldog, close by. They mostly just seem excited to have, like, a sports star close by. These guys, it feels like these guys don't really do much, don't really do much but work. They're just excited to have some excitement.
Yeah, I knew guys like that back home. There's always types no matter where you go. So,
Yeah,
as for me though, I'm only here for a little bit. I actually am kind of here for part of the monsters and stuff, to be completely honest. was curious to see him up close, along with those little ruins on the island.
Snuck in with the same goal as the tourists. All right.
I don't know if sneaking's the right word for it. We're working off our tickets.
Well, of course you are. That's why you got the mop, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Get to work. And
I'd imagine as we're doing this, we are both bent at very unnatural angles, because neither of us are humanoid. These are very weird, 180-degree twists or whatever angles both of us are doing as we're casually holding a conversation as fellow Shicho.
Oh, almost forgot. Initiation. And then he puts a bucket on your head.
I've heard of worse initiation rituals.
Alright, so, here's the deal. If you can clean up this entire place without dropping the bucket, you don't have to do the lower floors. But, if you drop the bucket, you gotta clean up after your fellow man. That includes these guys. I took the initiation when I started, and now so do you.
Could I do this as a sneak check in order to clean as steadily as possible?
Sure.
Sneaking requires a lot of careful bodily coordination, and as someone who did a lot of pickpocketing and stuff growing up, I probably have mastered the art of pretty closely honed bodily control and staying very steady.
All right.
Let's roll that sneak.
You've got to sneak. All right, let's see what you got.
Ooh.
Oh my
Six!
goodness!
Well done. So, this is, of course, for the first, for the first part. Let's call this like a multiple part thing, right?
Is this for the ambition for Power Wash Simulator?
This is the first step, because you're trying to keep. This is to keep the bucket from falling.
Right.
So you're able to keep things pretty steady. You were watching Zeke move, and you kind of got a sense of how the movements sort of work. It's almost like roller skating, in a way.
This is how you walk with rhythm.
You ain't got rhythm.
You're trying to keep everything. You're trying to keep everything like as steady as possible. No wasted movements. Everything needs to be as necessary and as potent as possible. And you really do manage to get some good, get into a good rhythm with this. You're cleaning pretty good on the lower levels. You're going to town on like the flat grounds, but then comes your next obstacle. Stairs. How do you deal with stairs?
That is a very good question. I am using my custom mop, yes?
You are using your custom mop. You haven't loaded in the battery, but that could be an easy tinker action.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this as a tinker action to put in the battery, and rather than risking going down the stairs myself, it extends, and extends, and extends, and extends. We are running on full cartoon logic right now, as I am stretching this mop way out to clean from the top of the stairs.
Alright. So, tinker action. I imagine the risk involved in the tinker action is, of course, that if this thing goes haywire, it could lead to you to it like malfunctioning and you dropping this bucket.
I did roll a 5.
Yes. So that a 5 is a success with a slight consequence.
Probably strain or something.
Not quite. Strain is literal physical damage. So you don't get strain. What you do get is this. You manage to get this. This thing starts extending, and you are cleaning the stairs like it's nobody's business. You're going in, like this is like you're just sort of doing these long brushes across the stairs. You're doing these in record time. Only this thing gets a little the weight balance gets a little weird with a broom with a mop this long. And it causes a little bit of commotion on the bucket on your head. The next action gets increased risk at dropping this bucket.
I see.
So, got one more step. This is the final step. The final step is arriving home. You've cleaned cleaning your mop, which means walking from where you are to where making the journey from where you are after finishing cleaning the whole thing to arrive home and put your mop on the bucket and then consider your job done. But after cleaning for so long, you've put yourself at a pretty good distance from your objective.
Even though I didn't physically go down the stairs and just use the extendo mop.
Well, you had to go up the stairs to clean the other side.
That is true, yeah.
Because there's this place has two levels, this prow of the ship.
Now, for the contingency plan I had, we said that was for the future, but I misunderstood how far off the cleaning Olympics were.
Right, you could use it for this also.
I will use it for this, I believe. Could use it to set up a character for the next action, which is what I am doing here.
Okay.
Or actually,
so you get plus...
I could use it to lower risk instead.
All right, so the risk goes back to neutral. You come up with a novel idea of holding yourself with the mop, using the high powered setting to carry yourself across.
Yes, I am using the auto stabilizer I built into the mop.
All right.
I am gonna do this as a let's go with a sense action. I don't think I could use sneak again. This seems like it's something different. Sense in terms of finding the best possible routes and calculating mathematical angles with the sheer etheric energy I have as a spellblade, and I'm using an effort on this.
All right, then, or go ahead and give me, in fact, give me +1, give me one +1d already on it. Since you already get, actually, Rex, you have +1 endure, don't you? Oh no, that's from the
Forge, yes.
The Forge, yeah. I thought it was already there. I was just like, oh, you have +1 from the Forge. That makes 2 endure.
No, that's the +1 added into it. So I'll go ahead and add a dice from the effort.
Okay. Go ahead and add another one. Oh, you didn't even need it. Okay.
Oh. Well, I could roll to see if I get a 6.
Okay, roll again. Roll one more.
Yep.
Kind and full of grace.
Nope.
All right, so you'll keep the 5.
Yeah.
All right. So a success with a slight consequence. You manage to, you go in with style. You hop onto your automated mop. There is not a better sales pitch in the world.
Oh my god, I made a segue too!
You made a sales pitch for this automated mop in seconds. You ride up and dunk the mop into the bucket, with the bucket still on your head, and present it to Jeek. Mission accomplished. And everyone claps.
And everyone clapped.
Yo, I gotta say, pretty entertaining newcomer. Definitely wasn't expecting that. All right, you've proven your point. A good, well-sold product. For sure. You know, I wasn't exactly hot on the idea at first. Frankly, I kind of thought it took a bit of the artistry out of it, but from what you've shown me, I think there's some legs to this thing.
Yeah, and it's not like this is going into the competition that's coming up. This is for home use and like normal ship stuff.
Say, I got some extra. Say, I got some cash from the competitions over the years. With the right investment, this thing could really take off. Oh, sorry. I already forgot the voice I was doing for this character.
It's
literally
fine.
5 minutes into voicing him. You know, this thing could really take.
Don't worry, I do that all the time. I can't remember what Zaffir's voice was supposed to sound like.
This thing could really take off.
Yeah, let's definitely. Yeah, I feel like this could be the start of something real cool.
Oh, and then he notices something in the horizon there. Oh shit! There's your stunt was was super elaborate, but because you were trying to balance the thing on your head, you kind of took a long route trying to impress everyone to the point where now Jeek needs to go.
Oh, okay. This conversation is cut short.
Yeah, you've missed. It's literally make them lose initiative.
Okay.
You missed a window of opportunity to make him finish out establishing him as your contact. But he will remember you.
Okay, this just delays that. One uses of
Yeah.
ability will come into effect later then. Gotcha.
I guess you could call it reduced effect.
Yeah. Alright, I guess that's my end of the prep arc done.
Oh,
I don't know if we're
and
gonna get to tactical
sorry.
combat tonight, but...
Sorry, Sorry, that's my cue to leave. I gotta make my way to the rest of the training. This place is just a small part, but thanks for the demo. We'll keep in touch. He's not gonna invest in your product right now, but you have established a new contact for wherever you find Jeek next.
Okay.
So yeah. And that's that. You managed to successfully complete the challenge. Everyone is patting your back. But suffice to say, it seems you've aced the first test of hazing.
Okay.
With more to come later. But you get to save up on your grief for later. So you're a little set up for you're a bit set up for the challenges to come. Over on the other side of the coin, we have Andre Alphys
All right.
hanging out in the servants' quarters.
Indeed.
So you go to you arrive at the kitchen, and you immediately hear yelling.
Oh, great.
What are you doing serving this shit in my restaurant? Are you trying to... This is crap. Go ahead and serve this sirloin steak. This is tradition. Have full before I tear your eyes out. The new busboy. Excellent.
Yes, I presume I'm in the right place.
Sure you are. All right. Put this on. And he hands you a
Wait,
fancy
outfit.
suit.
Andre Alphys puts it on over his cloak.
All right. Perfect. All right. We got orders at table 5, 6, 16, 12, and 24. And he hands you a bunch of plates. All right, go. The guys are waiting. Guests are waiting.
All right, then Andre will do his best with trying to think, what skill could I technically use for this?
You're essentially trying to carry all these plates. You're either trying to carry all of them at once or trying to carry them all as quick as possible.
Could I technically use Excel to sort of balance all of these on top of each other?
Yeah, that could work. That could work.
Okay.
Or you could
Leading
use
Tower
Endure.
of Pisa up on plates of food.
Yes.
You could use Endure too. These things are pretty heavy.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll use Endure since I have more
So
into that.
let's establish. Oh, before I forget, let's establish consequences.
Yes. Yes,
Of course, the consequence of a botch is you drop the plates. Big social faux pas.
Mhm.
Everyone's gonna be real pissed off. And you'll
And then
probably
everyone did not clap.
and you'll probably deal with
With the angry
you'll
chef.
probably be in a bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
If you take too long, i.e. a mixed success, you'll start a ticking clock for the chef's patience.
Oh
you.
boy.
So, for somebody's patience with you, which means you might attract the wrong kind of attention of people trying to complain.
Indeed. We may be getting
But
we may be getting 2 stars reviews on the on
Etsy,
basically
yeah.
on the Yelpers.
All right. So,
All right.
go ahead and give me
Kind and full of grace. 6. Let's
your
go.
6.
Nice.
Excellent. You execute flawlessly.
Commence the
Oh.
virtuous mission.
All right. So you end up having a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
You essentially you find a way to balance all of these plates on each other, like through the rim of the plates. Since these are all like sort of very fancy frou-frou, like long rimmed plates.
Yeah.
You find an edge where they all sort of connect without losing sight of what food goes where, and you
Okay.
carry them all one-handed.
Yes, with my other hand behind my back, like a true fancy 5-star French restaurant.
And then everyone claps. And now comes the second part. Trying to get
Indeed.
these to where they need to go.
My main, I'm trying to think. Trying to get these to where they would go. Where could I? I'm thinking either, maybe, I'm trying to think.
Of course,
What
these
skill would that technically go under for this?
of course make I imagine it would be traverse. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
you could kind of, if you could give me like a cool idea for what you want to do, like you could be like, I use command to scream at the tenants to see who wants what.
Order up! Who ordered blank?
Yeah, that
Yes.
could be a good thing. I could use command. I'm trying to think of how I could explain this properly.
You can also use
let-
one of your bond powers
Let me...
for Excel, and then use that to just sort of finish up immediately through superpowered effect.
Indeed. Let's see. Your next Excel action. I could technically... Oh, this may be psychotic, but hear me out. Could I technically use Excel to, toss the plates to each respective table?
That would involve using your great aim. That would be the idea.
Ooh, okay. Then, yeah, I'll use Wick and have this Excel action be super powered.
Excellent. Right.
What's the consequence of this?
But yeah, if you get the orders wrong, or if you might get one or more orders wrong, or if you do a complete botch, again,
Right.
lose the plates.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then,
Well, yeah,
for
I guess you're not going to lose the plates because you already have them balanced.
the plates
but
are gonna break, or the food's gonna
Get
spill
all-
on the customer.
You might, if you really fuck up, you might get the food to spill on the customer. But
Yep.
the lowest consequence is probably you get 1 or 2 orders wrong, and you have to deal with an annoying customer.
Indeed. What would the super powered effect technically translate into this? Would it just be a boom?
Finished scene. You don't have. It would translate to everyone being so impressed that they take more interest in you than they normally would, and you might be able to find out some. And you also might be able to use this to find out something interesting about the composition of the current scene, seeing as you are in the entertainment hall right now.
Indeed. All right. Am I
Places
clear
just-
to? Am I clear to roll?
You've got like a guy singing. You've got games being played. People at tables and at various floors. Just everyone having a good old time. Go ahead and take your roll right now.
All right, please. 6 again.
Yeah!
Ooh.
Let's go. Oh, the other one was a 4. That wouldn't have been as great, but still.
I still got it. All right.
Still got it.
A super-powered Excel action perfectly executed.
Let's go.
You trust in your heart of hearts. You hear the wind. You hear the voices in the wind. Crab lobster. Escargot. Like you hear.
Hold the cilantro.
And as quick as the arrow fly, as if bullets flying through the wind, piercing the darkness, these plates flawlessly spin and into their the respective places they need to go. They go almost as if by magic, carried by sheer force of will. The tenant who wants the lobster receives the lobster. The sirloin steak receives the steak, perfectly delivered into their lap, and everyone is very impressed. They all clap.
Yay!
And there's great interest there, and everyone's very is commenting on the occurrence. And who do you find but Ophelia?
Oh, no kidding! All right.
Hey, that was pretty impressive back there.
The result of my training with my tribe.
No doubt. Gotta say, you're taking up to this environment pretty well.
Such quiet environments reminds me of my nightly meditations.
Well, as much quiet as you can get. This place is a bit louder when it gets to nighttime, of course. The entertainers start rolling out. Oh, I thought you might find... Oh, speaking of which, I thought you might find something interesting. This is something you might want to share with your friends.
Oh?
So, while you were throwing those plates, I think I managed to spot someone running away from the location. They were dressed in a weird fancy coat, but it looked a little ragged. And they had these rat ears.
I see.
Charles
Yeah.
Entertainment cheese.
Some kind of beast folk. But they, I guess they were looking at you. You, know anybody of that description?
Maybe to that effect. Or at least well enough to know when trouble is brewing.
Yeah, they seem real troubled. But they went out of here in a pretty good hurry.
I see. Did you happen to catch which door they went out by chance?
I think they went into the loading. I think they went toward the prow.
I see.
Past the loading area. That's where your friend is, right?
Indeed, Zaffir.
Want me to go check on them while you work?
Yes, but I do it quietly, out of sight.
All right, will do.
And then she uses her special technique.
Ooh, okay.
Habitual line stepper.
Oh boy.
Twice per session, she instantly disappears and reappears somewhere nearby.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing personnel, kid.
Nothing personnel kid.
And yeah, she seems to mostly just do it to stay out of sight. Which
Mhm.
allows her to sort of get outside of whatever eyes could be peering in. And you do see some eyes peer in as you start looking around for her.
Oh, that's great.
These yellow-eyed gentlemen seemed dressed a bit strange. Their suits are fancy, but they're a bit ragged for the usual affair. They don't look like the type to board a ship like this.
With that, Andre is going to lower his hand a bit. That's behind his back, closer to his gun he has hidden.
Boy! And then the chef comes on. There was some fancy moves back there, but you got the rest of your shift.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, I'll give you any. Don't worry. The rest of them are easy. You just delivered most of the food, so you should be done in a while. So you should be done rather quick.
As you say.
All right. We got scallops at table 15. Let's go. And just like that, we skip over to Zaffir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Decided on a shorter one because I was like, all right, how do I make the empowered action feel more impactful?
That was pretty impressive.
That was, yeah.
That's some stuff.
That was
Normally, you don't
wild.
get to do that kind of crazy physics-defying shit until later chapters.
Yes.
Let's go.
You have to do some nutty stuff.
Yeah, that's something Aura can. That's normally something Aura would be able to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Zaffir,
Yes.
you are in the loading docks, but there's a problem.
What's the problem?
This place.
Yeah.
So this place looks a bit deserted.
Oh, am I going to be the only one who's working today?
It's suspiciously quiet. There's not a lot of faces around. There's, this typically would be a bit of a loud job considering.
You know what? Maybe I am the only one
It's
here.
a bunch of people. It's a bunch of people working with their, nothing but their strength, so they're liable to just kind of shoot the shit while they work. But you hear nothing. Just a dark hall filled with crates of all sizes in a sort of labyrinthine fashion. Essentially, as far as you were informed, you were tasked with organizing the luggage in the loading area to where they need to be. So essentially, getting everything to people's living quarters. But with how much luggage there is, this place kind of you were given a list, but to tell which piece of luggage confirms to what person's place. But with how much luggage there is, you kind of feel it's difficult to navigate this space. So you're trying to find your way around this maze of boxes and suitcases and all that. Even some animal cages here and there. Space has got a lot of stuff. Exports, even. So, what do you feel you could use in this situation?
Sorry, my brain shut off. Can you...
Essentially, you're trying to navigate this maze of boxes.
Oh. All right.
To find the loading area.
I'm gonna use... I don't have any navigate. Oh.
Were you staring at Lathander's sheet?
Oh, I have two
You are not-
traverse,
you're
so I'm gonna
staring
use
at
my
Lycander's
traverse
sheet.
to try
Traverse.
to find.
All right. So.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you could use traverse. Traverse is pretty good.
This player character can read a map.
Traverse is pretty good. As establishing consequences go, fucking up would obviously mean you getting lost even further. So you did not fuck up. You do, however, get a minor consequence. You manage to... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You manage to find your way pretty easily. There's... the way the boxes are set up, you can tell that people have been walking around here for a while. So they have, so they have it set up where the boxes sort of form a path. So you just sort of follow the way that these are lined up, and you get, you look up every once in a while to check where the most boxes tend to pile up, and pretty quickly you arrive at the loading area. But there's a problem.
One's here.
You
There's
wish.
a bunch of people here.
There's a bunch of knocked out people here.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
And currently being threatened is one of the people working on this city. Is working on this ship by a bunch of scary guys that just came out of some boxes.
Oh.
Oh boy.
You'll be a nice dearie and tell us where the engine room is, won't you, boy?
Is he talking to me?
And he's not talking...
Oh.
No, talking to the guy being threatened. And then everyone in this scene turns to look at you. And you are now the point of attention.
It's a good thing you picked up more Endure.
I'm gonna...
You come face to face with a bunch of scavengers. These guys were hiding in the crates, waiting to sneak into this place and then start a robbery. But you've caught them.
The Yakuza HUD shows up in
Zaffir
front
is
of
going
you.
to crack his knuckles, pick up a piece of rubble, and just chuck it with full force at one of them. With full smash.
That's your... Okay. A piece of rubble? What? Rubble?
Well, they had to break out of the boxes somehow.
Yeah,
Well,
discarded
the
wooden
boxes are on...
planks.
Well, the boxes are on
Oh.
their side. There's boxes everywhere you can see, but only the ones open are where they come. You don't know exactly which boxes they came from.
Do I see any...
You can still pick up a couple.
Yeah, but that's
you can still pick
cargo,
up
and I
like
don't
a
want
crate or
to break
something.
that. So I'm just gonna punch one of them in the face as hard as I can. And put them in a headlock.
Consecutive normal punches.
I forget, is there a way to add another dice to this?
Okay.
Yeah, burn
roll?
effort.
Burn an effort.
So I have to
Yeah.
warn you. A smash action will not do it. Or a smash action will help, but it will escalate this into a violent situation.
And it isn't already. What other skill set do I have? Please tell me, what skill set do I have with Endure, Smash, Tinker, and
Well.
Traverse?
Maybe you can smash something else. Maybe you can smash metaphorically speaking.
So you're saying that I can use
can
Smash
smash-
without...
Maybe you can smash this tension.
Break the ice!
Maybe you can break the
But
ice.
wouldn't that be under sense?
Oh my goodness.
Nope.
No, I said it's under smash, so it's
Oh,
under smash.
Okay! I'm
DM
sorry,
rolls-
I'm just
the
looking
DM
at the things, I'm like, that would be under study, or sense, or command.
What I say goes.
The DM's giving you an
I'm
out.
gonna
Take
take
it. Take.
Hello there, gentlemen. Seems like this is not that great of a situation to be in.
And who the And who the hell are you supposed
Oh,
to
I'm
be?
just a new recruit.
We haven't heard about new recruits.
I meant on the ship. Not to your... What?
Do you? Is that where you're going with this?
I'm gonna go with...
Okay.
I'm part of their crew.
Because they don't know that. You could be. They don't know
I
that.
highly doubt that a rare species of people wouldn't be talked about in a bandit group.
I mean,
Not
there's
necessarily
Trog.
rare.
I mean, they're not rare. They're akin. There's Trog everywhere.
Oh, because from what I read, there isn't that many.
I mean, I'd say there's probably like equal amounts for each of the major four kin types.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of Trog. Like, they're not exactly like... They're not exotic, let's call them that. You might consider something like a robot exotic. Like the icon equivalent to a robot exotic. But not Trogs. Trogs are fairly commonplace.
Well, I'm a new recruit.
In fact, there's a Trog... In fact, there's a Trog right there with them.
Well, I'm a new recruit.
We haven't heard about new recruits. The Thrin lady anxiously clicks her like metal claws.
Do you think that they'd tell me? Tell you? You'd think that they'd tell you something. Jeez. I'm just an old man looking to make a few dust.
All right. So yeah, you're trying to essentially establish yourself as as another hardworking churner among the crew.
Please, I'm just here to pay for my daughter's
All right.
wedding.
Roll
That's
smash.
not even a lie.
All right, roll smash to break the ice.
Break the tension with a 5.
Hey!
So
okay,
it's
a
gonna go
5.
bad
We'll
because
do some
every
good
5
stuff.
goes bad. Or has a
No,
downside.
no,
So-
you succeed, but
You succeed, but you get a
Yes,
small-
but the
some
small
kind of
downside of the
downside.
last one was not a small downside. It was as if I rolled a 1. For
that was
ones?
just because the risk was higher, I think.
Yeah, it was true. Oh, right, that. Well, it's not necessarily a negative consequence. It is a call for more role play. I call this putting you in a new situation.
Why can't I just have a normal
But this
one?
is a risky.
I was ready to just...
So this is a risky position you're in. These guys, you don't know how tight knit these guys are, but you swing and they seem to more or less believe you. Management is getting careless these
That they
days. Sending in more people than accounted for. People could get suspicious in this situation. Already got.
Now then, I do say that you should probably take their
Which-
clothes, and then because I got some information on where the engine room will be.
They turn to you. Ah, so you came with the crew on the upstairs. Pretty sneaky coming in here without anyone noticing. Especially for one of your size.
As I said, I'm only in this for a few dust.
Ah, but a few dust is what we're all in here for. The noble. Those that make us toil for every scrap. Or rob 'em blind and make a fortune. They'll never see it coming. Those snot-nosed whelps.
Too fast for eyes.
That's a nice song. What is it?
Done
What is it?
Oh, song reference.
What's a song? What's
Indeed.
that song you're singing?
in. Last surprise. Ooh.
Quit that.
Song's copyrighted.
That's copyrighted.
Quit that. That's copyrighted.
Well, you asked what I was singing, so I had to sing it aloud.
Don't do it aloud next time. Just tell me what it
What's the
was.
fun in that?
This isn't fun, big man. We do this because we must.
And fun is a must.
And then they start kind of going in.
All right. Lead the
Absolutely.
way.
I start walking.
All right, so now you've got a bunch. So now you've got a bunch of fucking dudes on your back. Essentially, they're eyeing your eyeing your actions. So they're likely to pay. They're paying attention to like the next things you're gonna do.
You see, the engine room is in a different deck. We have to go up onto the poop deck, I believe, first. And then there's a second set of stairs that lead to a ladder.
You mean a floor? You mean a different floor?
There's multiple decks to this ship.
Right, but which floor?
Follow me and I'll show it to you.
That you will. Since I don't believe we've been formally introduced.
My name's Gal.
Zaraha. The big one is Gauntz. It's Gauntz. We're here to... The small one, Ricky. Ricky is a tiny beast folk with a weird getup. Kind of reminds you of Mantrax, actually. But it's like if Mantrax was like a weird hair with like
so,
one
do
eye.
I know what my plan somewhat is?
Oh, and the
Okay.
big guy is a Trog. He's
top
bald.
and you smash to throw them off the boat.
Yeah, that checks out.
But they're looking at
Or
you, so
get
that's going to
I
be a
understand
ticking
that.
clock.
But there's also the fact that going on the top there,
Before
I might be able to find one of my comrades and or just leave a message behind for somebody.
Yeah. I do have scuffed Architect radios, but I don't think you'd probably be able to talk into those without these clowns noticing. Unless we made a contingency. Hey,
So-
GM.
yes,
Can I roll for contingency to see if I have secret red buttons we set up? Not literal
Roll for
ones.
roll for contingency.
Oh, fuck.
You do.
Oh my goodness, that's a 6.
You do.
I'd like to use
So
that to
along the way, you managed to you got worried about everyone getting separated, so you managed to place some proximity detectors close to places where you thought people might run in.
Right, so narratively, I think this is setting up for Zaffir's next action.
Yeah. So essentially, you're setting up so that now so that you know when something starts going wrong, which is Zaffir is now being followed by a suspicious mass of people. It's like you set up the thing. So you set up the thing. You hear the sound. It's like, oh, that's Zaffir. And then behind him, ding, 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 a disconcerting amount of people slowly trailing behind him. And then you go that's weird.
Quite.
Huh. We should group back up.
Yeah, and that's when I'm assuming I Frankensteined this into my set of the radio, and then I chime into the other radio, which we see on Andre's belt. When you get a moment, Zaffir's being tailed.
Alright, I'll head there as soon as I can.
Oh,
So-
right, over.
You manage to so Zaffir manages to actually not even do the clock. The clock is that you only manage. The consequence is that you only manage to get them. That you manage to get them only into an open space. You can't distract them sufficiently. They're mostly just trying to. You've mostly just managed to buy enough time to get everyone. Thanks to the contingency, you've managed to buy enough time to get all of your friends together with you.
Okay. Perhaps we could work together to keep them off the boat.
So Zaffir, you attract them to the prow of the ship, where you once were a minute ago.
Oh my goodness.
We've been walking for minutes on end now.
You think the engine room is that close? Why would the engine room? We walked up, so we literally.
Because it's the closest
Yes,
thing to
but
the
we
water.
need to go to a different deck to reach it. We need to go to the front. We need to go up to go to go into a passageway to go down. That's just how the architecture of this place is.
Could have taken us but you could have taken us in a path. With
Why do you
less
think I told you to
eyes.
get the clothes? I did.
You didn't.
I did. No, I did.
You
just
didn't
didn't hear me. I told them, yeah, no, you should probably take their clothes.
Oh, that was a while.
That
ago.
wasn't a while ago. That was in this scene.
No, I mean that was the first thing you
Yeah,
said to them.
so it's
and then
one
I
of those
forgot
where
about it.
Zaffir's just looking at them dumbfounded like, I told you to blend in.
I don't think these guys are the sharpest tools in the shed.
Not particularly.
I'm
And regardless, they're getting a little impatient. But that's around the time where Mantrax and Andre and Ophelia arrive. On the
what
scene.
about the guy who is the champion?
Let's say Mantrax, you managed to warn Jeek and the others that something's about to go down in the prow of the ship.
Because
I'll warn the captain.
Luckily, it's a Sunday, so all the tourists are in today.
I'll warn the captain.
now
I guess Jeek had already left, so. he would
then
probably
I
be
have
fine.
to fake giving you guys a tour, since people might think that because we have to think they have to think you're still new.
I suppose so. Just make it quick.
Alrighty.
You don't have much time.
Exactly. So I have to do this quickly, so the more you talk, the less time there is to do so.
How do you know? But first, a question for you. How did you come to know Zahak?
Wasn't that her name?
Nah. Did I say that? Was that her
I'm
name?
pretty sure he said that was her name. Well, I came to meet you from a boss.
That's right.
I was told about my other compatriots coming in that way.
So, Zahak is a title. Zahak is a title, big man.
You told me you were. You know what? No, that's. I'm just gonna shake my head and.
I am Zahak. My boss is Zahak. We are
I
Zahak.
see. I thought you said his name was Gao.
Roughly translates to toe taker. I do believe.
Do I see the man who hired us?
Goph is over there. He's messing with the cannonballs. Goph, you big lug!
Go,
Get out of
be
there!
careful. Those
Need
cannonballs
it.
like to fall. I'm going to try to do a subtle smash so that the cannonball smashes
Actually-
him on the head and he falls out of the
Smash.
Actually, it's
into
good.
the ocean.
Actually, Gao, it is good you. Actually, Gao, it is good you've brought us here. We're meeting with the boss in a couple... We are meeting with the boss in a couple of hours. Might be good to organize the takeover of the game lounge.
Why, yes,
sure-
it would be.
And, sure enough...
I would like to use a tinker check to make it so that the cannonball would fall on his head.
Who,
The person who was looking at the cannonballs.
Goof?
Yeah, Goof.
Oh, Goof. He's pretty tall.
Yeah, so he was playing with cannonballs. And-
Yeah, he's juggling. He's trying to juggle the cannonballs.
yeah, exactly. So I'm going to do a tinker to somewhat...
Why are you tinkering? What are you tinkering?
I was tinkering with something to make him trip, like a rope.
Oh, so you're trying to just, like, fuck around with something in the background to make him seem like more of a clod.
Yeah.
Like, just get him distracted off of you. Get him off of you.
Yeah, and have him get knocked out or something.
Alright, go ahead.
Or at least be indisposed when this
Hey!
inevitably breaks out into a
That's
tactical
it.
Oh!
my
that's a
goodness,
complete
a
success.
6.
Excellent. Alright, you are, you start messing with the, you start just sort of working on some stuff in the background there. Organizing the area, trying to peruse around. You inconspicuously, like, bump one of the cannons with your hip, and it sort of swivels onto where Gof is, and then it just sort of, and then he trips on it, and then and one of the cannibals hits him on the back, and then he drops him on the ground, and makes a big mess, and everyone's very angry at him. But they're not angry at you anymore. So you get the opportunity to slip by undetected, looking for your friends, and look for your
is he
friends.
knocked out or
to clear,
bleeding
or,
at
or
all?
to like clear the. Like, you get the opportunity to, like, clear the way for the rest of your friends who are waiting at the edge of the door to come in close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just bruised. This guy's big and tough.
Yeah, but that's a cannonball with gravity.
Yeah, but this guy's big and tough.
I mean, he might take some HP damage,
He might take some HP damage.
which will be important for what's coming next.
Or he might, you know what? He might become part of the reserves.
I will try. I'm gonna go and try to check up on him, and then sneakily use a smash to try to knock him out.
Smash.
I'm hearing no objection, so I'm gonna roll it.
All right. The consequence with that would be okay. So yeah, you knock Gof into the reserve unit. But attention is placed squarely back on you because now that Gof is knocked out.
I'm just imagining, like, trying to give him first aid, but in the most counterintuitive way possible that deliberately does more damage.
Yeah, that was the thought process.
Let me do chest compressions! Crack, crack, crack!
Yeah.
And you are called to attention as Zahak stands at attention on her own. As you hear the footsteps of someone coming through the other stairs. Someone you haven't seen before. But he's carrying with him someone who you have seen.
Is it Ophelia?
No.
Oh.
So...
Mordecathan Rigmond?
This...
Oh, no.
No. It's the Rat Man from Session 1.
Oh, right.
I don't even think I wrote that person's name down.
I think
Yeah,
his
he was
name
the
is
fuck...
Saf.
The guy
Saf.
threatening the bar!
Saf.
Oh, that's right.
I trust... And then this big man. This large, sort of like well-dressed Thrin. I trust there were no problems with the voyage? No, none whatsoever, Uriquizas. Uruquizas. None whatsoever. You were so graciously guided by our friend here. We're just about to arrive on the engine room. In a few more minutes. Excellent. We can procure to set the place to explode after we're done getting rid of robbing the passengers. We have to do this fast and flawlessly. And because you knocked
Gof.
Gof out, he doesn't immediately suspect you because there's not more people than he set out. Because
there is a single trog.
Oh yeah, I knocked out the
There
Trog.
was a Trog here. He's gone now.
So, you know what? Zaffir, for the upcoming combat, you take Gof's place.
What?
You get to spawn. You get to spawn where the villains spawn.
Oh, that's funny.
Prime suplexing position.
You're right. Valkyrie them into the water. Instant KO.
I don't know if that'd be instant KO.
No, those count as pits. The edges of the ship count as
But deep
pits.
water.
It's still useful
pit.
tactically, but it's not an instant KO.
Yeah, they're still pits. They count as
Oh, wait,
pits in the system.
you have something that procs off of pits, I
I
think.
have a lot of things that proc
You do.
off pits. All my techniques proc off pits, basically. Or create pits.
And that's when you arrive. That's when you arrive at the scene. After hearing this information that they're about to rob these passengers.
And I'm assuming they say that out loud, full throat.
So you're saying we're going to rob them in the game room, right?
That's precisely right. I like this guy. He says what we're all thinking.
Exactly. It's not like I'm saying it out loud. We have to say it in our minds that we are going to be robbing people in the game room.
All right. Okay? Zaffir and Andrialphus, do you step out from under the shadows?
Saphir is there.
Yes.
So I mean,
Well, it's less of a
Mantrax.
stepping out and
Mantrax.
more teleporting in front of one of these guys with my sword pointed at his throat.
And my gun cocked and ready to fire.
Yeah, no.
Take
how
one
dare you,
move.
rapscallions, try to intervene with this robbery that is going on?
Don't
If
worry.
any of
Don't
if
worry.
any of
Gal.
you so much as make a move, I'm putting the first bullet
How
between
dare
your
you,
eyes.
young, beautiful
Hey,
man,
hey.
you.
Gal, don't worry. I got this. No. No need to be so aggressive. You're working class, same as us. Just trying to make a quick dust in the
Exactly.
world, after all.
Would you like to join us for some extra dust?
There's plenty in it for you, you know. You got a lot of people down there. Buckets lined up with dust. Between their fingers. Things they don't even realize. All exploiting the work of the hardworking man, of the hardworking kid.
Yeah, didn't you just say you were gonna blow this place up, though?
A common consequence. Can't let anyone know we were here after all.
Listen, as much as I like sticking it to the rich and powerful, there's a line that you're gonna cross, and by cross, I mean you're gonna teleport across the fucking ocean. That's way too many steps too far. They're supposed to live with the consequences of being assholes, not die with them.
Yeah. Let's not blow up the ship. Thanks.
Well, I suppose I gave it my best
you
shot.
certainly did.
Everyone in position! Everyone in position! It's party
boy.
time. combat begins. In the next episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we've been going for 2.5 hours.
I was about to say, it's like this. We don't want a repeat of episode, I believe.
I will note, Korak is in a
Episode
position to
2.
do some hilarious shit next episode.
Oh, absolutely.
You take the first turn, probably. Or the last. It's up. Either one would work very well.
Funny to take the last
Yes.
turn when everybody's in position and then I just betray them by just doing a suplex into the ocean.
Yeah, that would. I believe, let's see, pit actions mean like all of your hilariously powerful exceed effects would take
I
effect.
believe you are right. On hit, fray -1, effect.
All right.
This weekend.
Let's end the episode first and foremost before we start talking
Indeed.
again.
Yeah, see you next
Thank you
time
all so-
for Pirates.
See
Yes.
you next time. Thank you so much for watching The Ruin Runners.
Pirates.
Brutal.
Thanks for listening to Ruin Runners. We here at Action Economy are proud to bring you this and other ongoing AP content, like Fate Breakers, our ongoing Exalted Essence actual play. We now have a Patreon. If you're financially able to do so, you can support us by throwing a few bucks a month or a day at Action Economy Podcasts at patreon.com. That is patreon.com/Action Economy Podcasts. All APs live and die by word of mouth, so if you liked what you heard here, feel free to drop us shares, relinks, whatever they do on social media nowadays, and we'll see you next week with more Action Economy podcasts. Fate Breakers and Ruin Runners try and change off every week, so we'll catch you next time for more of our stuff. See you then.